What's up, everyone? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by a couple DodgerBlue.com writers, AJ Gonzalez and Scott Geirman. Guys, today we're talking about an update that we got yesterday on Tony Gonsolin that wasn't exactly a positive one. Still 2 to 3 weeks away from even starting a rehab assignment. According to Dave Roberts, the deadline or the timeline now looks like May. Ryan Pepiot, who might have been the next guy up, has not started throwing since his oblique injury. AJ, I'll start with you. Are you surprised? Are you surprised at how slowly this is moving? Or with a guy like Gonsolin, do you kind of just expect that the timeline for injuries seems to stretch?
I think as a Dodger fan, you're not surprised. It seems like when we have pitching injuries, when it rains, it pours. And with a guy like Gonsolin who throws a splitter, which over the years we've learned is obviously terrible for your arm, it's disappointing to be sure, but surprising, not really.
Yeah, Scott, this one's a weird one because he rolled his ankle walking off of a field. Like, if you gave me a guy with a shoulder injury, an elbow injury, a back injury, like all those, I'd be like, okay, add 3 to 6 weeks to whatever the timeline they gave you. Like, this must be a really bad rolled ankle walking off of a practice field.
Yeah, I remember we spoke about it a few, like right when it happened, and I did err on this more side of the caution. I remember you told me he'll be back sooner rather than later, and I was like, I don't know, Jeff. Just for some reason, it feels like this is going to be. I think I said like a 6 to 8, and I was like, I don't know, that might be pretty lofty, and here we are, and that's pretty unbelievable. Usually, they Andrew Friedman and the staff tend to like let them take time just because they have depth in the organization, but this just something's going on. Something just like you said is probably the worst rolled ankle in the history of mankind.
So, Scott, on that front, the depth that the Dodgers have. Pepiot, as we know, is supposed to be on the opening day roster. He hurts his oblique. Michael Grove ends up grabbing that spot. And the performance from Michael Grove hasn't been great. Obviously, 4 innings, 3 earned runs in his first start, 3 1/3, 12 hits, 9 earned runs in his second start. We all know I'm biased. I like Michael Grove. I'm rooting for the guy. I could give you, it was really bad luck in the first game because of the strike him out, throw him out. Maybe he's 4 scoreless in that one. The second one wasn't getting any help from his defense. At the end of the day, regardless, it hasn't been exactly what you want. So for you, Scott, like, where do the Dodgers go from here? Grove gets roughed up. Does he continue to get 3 or 4 more starts while we wait for Gonsolin to come back, a month from now?
Yeah, I would to speak to Pepiot real quick. Yes, answer your question. I do think he gets a couple more starts. They need the innings. It's too early to be reactionary and immediately pull him, send him back down, and then start clocking Gavin Stone and go from there. I think he will get some. Gavin Stone won't be here yet, but it'll be Michael Grove to get a few more starts. Absolutely. Let him get his feet wet. Just like you said, a few more things go his way and that outing's extended. Maybe a little more, a couple missed calls right here and there. But to Pepiot, with the oblique, that's something that you can't rush. That'll take some time. And I think that just like the Dodgers do, they will err more on the side of caution there.
AJ, where are you at on Michael Grove so far this season?
I think I'm a little higher than maybe his ERA might say. The batting average on balls in play is BABIP. It was something over 500 after that Arizona game. He had some, I'm not going to say bad defense, just kind of some bad luck with our defense behind him. He did leave some pitches like right down the middle that got wallops, but every pitcher does that. He just got really punished for it, particularly in Arizona, against an Arizona team that I think everybody might be undervaluing offensively, who's pretty hot right now. I don't think he's going to set the world on fire, but he's got solid stuff. I think he rebounds from that outing, and I think we're going to see him at least a few more starts.
Let's talk Gavin Stone real quick, because that's the name that I'm sure if I were to go look in the future and look into the comments on this video, it's going to be a lot of Gavin Stone. Where is he? Why isn't he up? Obviously, the Dodgers' number 2 pitching prospect in most places behind Bobby Miller, and yet a guy who pitched in spring training looked really good. Some folks might not realize this. He went down to AAA, and in his first start, he got shelled. 2 2/3, 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. He bounced back a week later, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 5 strikeouts. So the second start is far more in line with what we'd expect from Gavin Stone. AJ, I'll stay with you. Do you think Michael Grove deserves 2 or 3 or 4 more starts and then Gavin Stone is still a couple of months away? Or would you be quicker to pull the trigger and say, hey, let's give Gavin Stone a shot? He had his second outing in AAA was a good one. Let's see if he can build on that.
I think only if Grove has 3 or 4 more starts like he did in Arizona.
Yeah.
Until then, no, I think he's okay. I think we need to give him a chance to figure himself out.
Okay. Scott, you in the same boat?
Yes, absolutely. Gavin Stone, there's no need to rush. He's still, 24-year-old. He's fast riser through the organization. Let's give him the time. I don't like to, especially with the Dodgers, they've never had the need to really thrust guys into the major leagues. And I don't think this will be a case to do it here. It might seem like a pressing issue, but they just need the innings. And as long as the offense puts it up and blow up starts don't happen, and those are really big outliers. You look at the numbers all over Twitter that this past series was just historically bad stretch. I don't see this happening again. I think they'll be okay.
And Bobby Miller, by the way, for the folks wondering, hasn't even pitched yet in the minor league, so he's not an option. Let me throw one more name at you, Scott. Andre Jackson, a guy that the Dodgers have put into the bullpen, has the 3-inning save against Arizona at the beginning of the season, a rough one in his second outing. He comes back last night against the Giants, gets 4 outs, 3 of them via strikeout, touching 97, 98 with his fastball, a changeup that looked absolutely filthy. This is a guy that was a starter for a majority of his career. Quickly, Scott, I mean, is Andre Jackson, would he be second in line behind Grove for you if Grove were to struggle? Or do you think he's just permanent home in the bullpen? He seems to have found something. Dodgers need help in the bullpen, so don't mess with it.
Yeah, I would say so. He kind of took a time, like a good turn for his career. Like they found something in spring. His stuff played way up. I feel like he's a guy that when things are on, he can look absolutely disgusting. Just like you said, 3 strikeouts, an inning and a third last night. So I would keep him right there. I wouldn't change the course. I think they found something, and maybe he can give them some length. Maybe he finds a rhythm, can give you 2, possibly 3 innings and a kind of a bulk role there. I wouldn't stretch him out at all. That's just not what I would like to do.
Okay, so AJ, give me you've got Grove number 1. Is Jackson number 2 and Stone number 3 as far as kind of the depth chart for that number 5 spot right now?
Yeah, ideally it stays exactly the way it is because, like Scott said, Jackson is embracing that role. He's doing well in that role, and we don't need to stretch him out. I think. Plus, going back into our minors to just pull guys who aren't quite ready yet, I don't think it's good for their confidence. I don't think it's good for their development unless it's completely and absolutely necessary. And like all of us, I think, have already said, Grove had a struggle game. It's not a big deal. He should bounce back. Now, if he continues, that's another conversation, but I just don't see it, that him having that bad of an outing multiple times in a row.
Yeah, and I keep saying about Grove. His first outing very well could have been scoreless if he gets a strike 3 call. And his second outing probably should have ended around 3 innings and 5 earned runs. They were just at a point in the rotation, and Grove is the rookie, where he gets treated differently in that spot. And it's like, hey, sorry, Michael, we need you to go out there and wear this one a little bit. 12 hits, 9 earned runs. That ERA looks a lot worse than probably is deserved. So we're all in agreement there. Give Michael Grove another chance and see what happens. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. We've all got Grove 1, and then some combination of Jackson and Stone in the 2 and 3 spot while we await Tony Gonsolin and Ryan Pepiot getting healthy. One quick announcement. If you're watching this on Tuesday, we'd love for you to join us tonight for a live watch party. Scott and I will be on playback. So you can go to playback.tv/DodgerBlue1958 every Tuesday and Friday. Scott and I have been doing Tuesdays. AJ and I have been doing Fridays, and it's a lot of fun. So game is at 6:45 tonight. Hop on. Hopefully the Dodgers can continue the momentum against the Giants. Maybe Max Muncy gets another home run in his favorite ballpark to play in, apparently. So hop on there, and then we will be here on Dodger Blue 1958 on YouTube for a post-game show. So make sure you're subscribed and ring the notification bell for that. That's AJ. That's Scott. My name is Jeff. As always, we appreciate you joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day. And, of course, go Dodgers.